Hey everyone, this is Gabriel from Aries here. I'm in Oxford this weekend and I'm staying with someone, so hence the beautiful garden. And as you can tell, the leaves are turning yellow, so it's really amazing because I get to see autumn for the first time. Yeah! So anyway, I'm rolling out a new video series about what you're good at and how you can be better based on your astrological sign. Just some caveat before we get on. Some people are going to feel that you are more of your sun sign than other people, and I cannot emphasize this enough that we are more than our sun sign. The real astrology actually looks at the totality of your entire natal chart rather than just your sun sign. So whatever I'm going to say about what you're good at and what you need to learn to cultivate may be different for you because you may be less of your sun sign and more of the other signs that is in your chart. So to really know what to do with it, please look for an astrologer. Please have a look at your natal chart before we start. That being said, how this works is that I'm going to talk about every astrological archetype. I'm going to talk about what it's all about, its strength, and then I'm going to talk about the qualities that that sign needs to learn in order to become a fuller and more wholesome version of itself and what it can be. If you're ready, let's get on with Aries. So Aries, now Aries is an archetype of self-assertion. It is all about asserting myself, understanding who I am, what I want, what I am all about. Aries is very good at asserting itself, engaging conflict. They are not afraid to express what they want, what they are all about. They are risk takers. They only understand themselves in the whole situation. What Aries do need to cultivate and the archetype they need to learn from is actually the polar opposite, the Libra archetype. Whereas Aries is all about this is me, this is me, this is me, Libra says, okay, it's not just about you, what about the other people? What about what the other person wants? So Aries can learn from Libra the archetype, the qualities of diplomacy, the qualities of moderation, the quality of compromise, and the quality of listening. Sometimes Aries can be so much about assertion and about, putting themselves in there, that they forget that they exist in a social nexus where other people exist. So this is what Aries can learn from the Libra archetype and how Aries can be a better version of who they are. So Taurus. Now, Taurus is the archetype of stability, is the archetype of repetition. So there is a stability about Taurus. There is an above the surface about Taurus, which is what Taurus is good at and what it's all about. Taurus people are described as the most practical archetype. They're stable, they're practical, they can be kind of boring. Taurus can be very conscious about what is mine and what is not mine. Therefore, what they need to cultivate, the opposing archetype, is the Scorpio archetype, which is all about, okay, it's not just about what I have, it's not just about what is above the surface, what gives value and what doesn't give value. So Taurus can learn from Scorpio what it means to go beneath the surface. What is the deeper thing that is at stake, rather than what is on the surface, what is apparent. And Scorpio also teaches Taurus how to leverage on joint resources. Scorpio says, hey, instead of just looking at what you have, how about look at what you have and what the other person have, and when you put both together, what can come out of it. So Scorpio is essentially about merger, which is what Taurus isn't good at, because Taurus is very much about separating themselves from what other people is all about. Okay, so this is what Taurus can learn from the Scorpio archetype in order to better themselves. So Gemini. Now, Gemini is what we call the curious archetype. They are very flexible. They are able to sort of gather information from a variety of resources. They're quite versatile and they're very curious. They are quite able to multitask. They can see connections quite easily. Sometimes they can be interested in the whole other information for the sake of information. And then what happens is that they don't really do anything with it. So what they can learn is to cultivate the Sagittarius archetype, which is actually the archetype of arguments. Imagine this, okay, Gemini is all about the data, they collect data, but at the end of the day, when there's no arguments to sort of shape the data together, it's just a mass of information that really means nothing. So in cultivating the Sagittarian archetype, what they do is that they sort of formulate an argument, have something that they can fight for, a belief, opinion that they can sort of anchor everything, shape everything towards, and to put forth their information out there. Let me know what you think, leave your comments below, And if you're interested in my work, please subscribe to my channel. Please click the bell and look at my Facebook page, my Instagram page. Until next time, and I will see you. Goodbye.